Hey guys, welcome back. Uh, Today we are playing game 2 of our 4-game set in Cleveland, and yeah, I mean, we're just going to jump right into it. Look at this. We have a bunch of 4 and 6 teams. Minnesota's 4 and 5, and then Chicago's 6 and 4. But yeah, we're just going to jump right on into it today. It's I'm sending Luis Severino to the mound for us. Hopefully he can pitch a really good game, and we're facing the 30-year-old Kyle Gibson from Cleveland, for Cleveland's team. So let's get right into the managing. We have another night game. Attendance is 21, partly cloudy, 46 degrees, wind blowing out to left. That means we're going to see some home runs probably. Let's tinker with this lineup like we always do. We got Lorenzo Cain. No, Abreu is going to bat there. Barnhart's going to bat cleanup. And we have a righty on the mound, so I'm actually going to leave Derek Fisher out of the lineup today, although, I mean, his rest status is he's 100% rested. I don't know, I just feel like he's been, he had like 2 straight off games, yeah. So he only had 1 hit in his last 10 bats, so let's just give him a day off, let him reset the old batteries. We'll have Spangenberg out there playing left field. He's just not hitting at all. It's hard to see. We're going to have Harrison play second. And we will have, who should our DH be? I think we're going to have Yandy here be the DH for the day. Yep, that looks good. So Iglesias is going to bat there. Spangenberg and Yandy are going to switch Yandy. Bregman in the 2-hole, I don't know how I feel about that. I actually think I'd rather have Iglesias in the 2-hole than go Abreu, Barnhart, Calhoun, Harrison. Harrison can even bat in the 2-hole. Yeah, let's actually do that. Let's do Harrison in the 2-hole and then Iglesias down here in the 9th. I like that. And Bregman's going to bat there. He had a decent game yesterday. So that is our lineup. Let's see what Cleveland's throwing out. They're throwing out Nunez, Tommy Joseph, Mike Trout, Smoke, Moncada, Santana, Colin Delario, Cara, and Hector Sanchez is playing catcher for them, and Kyle Gibson. Whoa. So, yeah, let's jump right on into it. Of course, Mike Trout, their best player in the league, if you ask me. So, yeah. And we are both 4 and 6. So, big matchup here. So you can get up on the other team as Lorenzo Cain lines out for out number 1. Harrison, out number 2. So quickly going through here in the first. Abreu finds a hole and gets a base hit, so we'll have 1 on here. So Gibson loses his perfect game very early. Barnhart up. Barnhart drives 1, and that's going to be out number 3. So we go down without any real noise, and Severino's coming up to pitch here in the bottom of the first. And I'm really looking for a strong start out of Severino. His other 2 were, his first start was really good, and then I left him in there too long. That's my apologies. And then his last start was just not the best. So let's see what he can do here. So there's 2 quick outs here in the first, and he strikes out Trout. 1, 2, 3. Let's go. Calhoun up the middle in the air, and that's out number 1. Bregman up. And Bregman grounds 1 to the first baseman. That's 2 away. See if Yandy can switch it up here. But nope, he grounds 1 to the second baseman. That's out number 3. We move on to the bottom of the second. And since Smoke is batting from the left side, we'll shift right. And Smoke puts 1 on the ground to the first baseman, and there's out number 1. Get a strikeout of Moncada there with Domingo Santana up next, and he also strikes out. So 1, 2, 3 go the Indians here in the second. Moving right along here in this game. Spangenberg hits 1 on the ground. Is he going to be able to run it out? He is not. Out number 1. Iglesias up, and Iglesias puts 1 into play. Out number 2. Cain up. And Kane strikes out, so 1, 2, 3, we go here. And let's move on to the bottom of the third. And strike out on a full count for Candelario. And Carrera is up next. And there is a infield hit. So they have 1 on here with 1 out. And there's another base hit. So 2 on here for the Indians with 1 out here in the third. And there is another ball played out into, that looks like an RBI double. Is it going to be a 2 RBI? Nope, an RBI double for Nunez. Oh, it was a single and he advanced to second on the throw home. So let's see if we can get Joseph out here. And Joseph puts one into play deep down the left field line. And it's an out, tagging up at third. And they make it a 2-0 game here in the third. Trout up. I'm thinking about walking Trout and pitching to Smoke. I don't know if that's a good idea to put more runners on base, though, for Smoke. Yeah, but we're going to do that anyway. So we're going to intentionally walk Trout. And we're going to pitch to Smoke. We're going to hard shift right guard third base. And let's see what happens. He puts one into play. Fly ball. And it's an out. So that kind of makes us look like a genius manager there. But we do let up 2 runs. So 2-0 Cleveland here in the fourth. Harrison, ground ball third, out number 1. Back to the pitcher, out number 2. Barnhart, out number 3. And 1, 2, 3 go the Tigers. Out number 1 for Severino. And Severino's going to end up walking Santana here on 4 pitches. So we're going to get into the double play depth with Candelario up. And we strike him out. So that is Severino's 5th strikeout of the game. And there's his 6th strikeout as he strikes out Carrera. And that's it for them in the fourth. Calhoun bounces one, out number 1. Bregman up. Bregman puts one in play, and that's a base hit for Bregman. So get a single here, get a man on, and let's see what Yandy can do. Yandy puts one in the air, and it looks fairly routine, and it is out number 2. Spangenberg up now. He dices one straight away center, and Trout's there to grab it. Spangenberg is not having a great start to the season, so that's something to pay attention to. Here in the 5th, Severino's going to get out number 1 on a fly ball to left. Nunez up. Nunez to short. Shortstop throws him out number 2. And Joseph down the line. That looks like extra bases for Caleb Joseph. And it is just that. So a 2-out double for Caleb Joseph. Or not Caleb Joseph, Tommy Joseph, correct? Yes, Tommy Joseph. We have Caleb Joseph. That's my bad. But Mike Trout up now with a runner in scoring position. Severino's going to have to rear back here and try and get this one. And we do. We strike out Trout with a man in scoring position to keep this game 2-0. And strike 3 on Iglesias. Lorenzo Cain up now. And he also strikes out. So Kyle Gibson is absolutely taking us to task. And Harrison puts one in the air, and that is out number 3. So another 1-2-3 inning here for the Indians. Smoke stands into plate, and we strike out Smoke. So that's 8 strikeouts now for Luis Severino in this start. There's a fly ball to right, and that's going to fall in for Moncada. 1 on, 1 out. There's a drive, and that looks like extra bases. And it's going to be just that. Are they going to score? They are going to score a run, but we're going to throw home and play at the plate. And he's safe. So it is now 3-0, and we should have someone warming up in the bullpen ASAP. But everyone's pretty tired except for Selman and then our 2 setup guys and closer. So that's never a good sign. There's a pop-up to the third baseman that looks playable. Out number 2. Carrera up now. And Carrera puts one into play to the second baseman, and he'll get thrown out. So I think that'll be it for Severino. 6 innings, 3 earned runs, unfortunately, but 8 Ks, that's something to be happy about. I mean, it wasn't as bad as his last start. As Abreu puts one in the air, and is that going to fall in? No, it is not. Out number 1. Tucker walks. Very good. Calhoun, I'm going to tell him to take a pitch here. Okay, and that was a strike, so probably a bad idea. And then Calhoun's going to swing away, and he just lips a lazy fly infield fly ball, and that's out number 2. Bregman up now. Hi, Bregman. You know it would be really great if you hit a home run here. I really don't want to bring Selman in, but I feel like, warm up Nate Jones too. Bregman up now, and look at that. Bregman strikes out, so he is still doing terrible, and we're going to put Jones in there. It's a switch hitter. Yeah, we'll put Nate Jones in. So he puts one on the ground to the second baseman, and Harrison makes a beautiful play, gets the out, moving right along. Nunez up. Nunez to short. Out number 2. And Joseph up now. And Joseph hits one out number 3. So 1, 2, 3. Good inning for Nate Jones. And we're moving right along here to the top of the 8th. So in the bottom of the 8th, we're going to see Trout and then 2 switch hitters. So I think I want Keela ready for that. Oh, get down. Nope. Spangenberg now. Strike 3. And Iglesias. Strike 3. So 2 strikeouts and a lazy fly ball for us in the 8th. We're heading to the bottom of the 8th now. We're going to throw Keon Keela in there. And he's going to face Trout to start off the inning. And Trout lines one to the second baseman, out number 1. Smoke up, and Smoke's going to be batting from the left side, so we're going to hard shift right. And Smoke lines one right into the shift, out number 2. And let's see if we can get out number 3 here. Strike out of Moncada. That is third out. Good inning from our reliever there. And now we have to face Kenley Jansen, who isn't really having a great year, but this guy, I've seen this guy. He is absolutely filthy at pitching. So he's one of the better closers in the league, as Lorenzo Cain lines a leadoff single, and we're going to have to get 3 runs here. So this is definitely going to be a project, so we're going to need some base runners here. So let's see if Josh Harrison can do anything. Josh Harrison puts a ball down the line. That looks like to be a double. Kane rounding second, heading to third, and oh, wow. That was close, but too late to get Harrison. So double for Harrison, second and third here with no one out, and tying run Abreu up to the plate, and he is going to, wild pitch. In comes Kane to score, so 3-1. Abreu up now. And Abreu lines one to left. There's out number 1. So Barnhart up. And Barnhart's going to ground one to second, and it's going to make it 3-2. So the score is 3-2. Cole Calhoun up, 2 out here in the 9th. And he puts a ball into play, and we are still alive here as Calhoun gets a single. Bregman up. Do I want to bring in a lefty to face? I have Derek Fisher. Do I trust Bregman or not is the question. I think I'm going to bring in Derek Fisher, and we're going to do a little praying and get some love here. So I like the righty-lefty matchup. Let's see what happens. He grounds one. He's going to have to run it out, and he does. An infield hit for Fisher. 2 on in the 9th for Yandy Diaz. Should I get do I have any other lefties on the bench? I do not. So it is up to Yandy Diaz here. Yandy, if you could just get on base, that would be fantastic. Full count, and he strikes out to end the game. So we give it all our best here in the ninth, but we fall just 1 run short. 3-2 is the final. Team played okay. No one with multiple hits. Only Tucker Barnhart with an RBI. Severino suffers his second loss of the season. Obviously, a lot better of a pitching performance than his other start. 6 innings, 6 hits, 3 earned. 8 Ks is kind of nice. The bullpen looked great, scoreless. Kyle Gibson looked good for them. 7 shutout innings of us. Jensen we kind of jumped on, but obviously he ended up closing the door there for them. And we dropped to 4-7 on the season, but still plenty of time in the season. So please keep watching, guys. I mean, this team is they're definitely ready to win. So thank you all for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll catch you next time.